Hello.
And welcome to
Not Famous in a Small Town. I'm Sarah.
And I'm April, and we are not famous in a small town. We have been talking for years.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the podcast. And then we were absolutely going to record an episode in June, and then absolutely for sure in July. And here we are, August 13th.
Right on schedule, I would say then. But people have been saying this for a long time. Obviously, we think we're funny.
We do.
The problem is that when we're together in front of other people, they can't believe our antics.
Spirit has overcome us.
The spirit is overcoming, has overcame, continues to come with us.
So though we are...
What a day to podcast.
What a day.
I know. Well, I have a note to bring it up later, that because it's the 13th.
And we didn't even know.
We didn't know. I'm just going to say, you can't tell me there's not a God when we scheduled our schedules lined up to record on this Wednesday, August the 13th. Significant things, my parents' anniversary. More important, Taylor Swift is going on her boyfriend's podcast tonight.
It's a big deal.
Wait, is it right now?
It's right
They're
now.
12 minutes in. Dang it. Why are we doing this right? We're going to have to reschedule.
We can't reschedule. We're doing this now, and it will leave something for you to be thinking about and ready to watch after.
What's clear is that it's a big day for podcasting.
It is a big day for podcasting. For me personally, I don't understand any of this.
I know.
But I think there has to be some equilibrium here.
So this is something interesting, that we are so much the opposites, but we are also the same person. Like, our brains will work in the same ways, but
no.
You don't even know Taylor Swift's favorite number is 13, and that's why it's August 13th.
And I'm just thinking 13 because 13 is a nice spooky number, which I really enjoy. Although it's not Friday the 13th. All right, everybody. So let's sit down, pour a drink, and have some discussions.
Our drink today is a strawberry basil lemonade. My nose is giving basil, which is significant to me because I love a fresh herb.
You like a fresh herb. I smell the strawberry.
Oh, more than the basil?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's like our pheromones, like the things we are drawn to, and I'm drawn to
herbs,
greenery, and you're drawn to sweetness.
Yeah. Like a hummingbird. So, like,
find me with the eco-friendly hummingbird. You are like a hummingbird.
I'm a little hummingbird. If it's sweet, like, I'm gonna
just kind of like burrow in a little.
I'm gonna notice. I'm gonna notice.
Nudge my limbs. I'm trying to think, what is like a clear number 10 drink that's well known? In my mind, I think about this waiting for the summer months to come and have this refreshing treat.
So
this might be like my personal 10, but I'm hesitant. I don't want to like start off with a 10.
Well, we should start with, again, like, this is not, there's no alcohol in this. This is truly just a mocktail. It's a sweet treat. Yeah. It's a juice.
I'm curious what the sugar content is. Because it doesn't feel, actually, I'm wondering if they use honey.
It could be, because it's sweet, but not overwhelmingly sweet. I will give it a 7 to 8 out of 10. But I don't know what my 10 is.
I don't know what my 10 is either.
But I would drink this.
I love the tart, sweet, fresh. It has all those 3 aspects that are significant to me.
So it's checking off all the boxes for you.
Yeah, I have to give it something 9, at least over a 9 point something out of 10.
Well, there you have it.
And we're not just easy critiquers. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a bad drink.
Many.
First things first, I've been lying to you for almost a week. 7 days.
About what?
I don't know if we call it a lie, but I've been withholding a very significant thing. So I've hinted. Do you recall the clues I've given you?
You said it is not something I will necessarily physically notice right away.
And not visible.
And not visible.
But it will impact my everyday life from my home and yours.
And mine?
Are you ready for the next big clue?
Yeah.
When we were deciding where to record the podcast, why was my house deemed unworthy?
I thought it was unpredictability.
Oh, because of the noise.
Children and animals and cars.
Okay.
And just random things.
And
the bugs? The crickets?
Okay, we're going to move past that clue.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Driving down the road the other day, I've been seeing all these workers going along like 400, every side road leading up to mine.
Okay.
With wires. I'm like, what's going on? Called REMC. Hey, are you guys bringing any utilities to my home? They're like, no, maybe next year. Then I start seeing these yellow signs on the junction of every corner by my house. New internet.
Internet?
Call this number. I'm on the Wi-Fi!
Oh my gosh. Congratulations. How?
I called them and they're like, yep, are you available tomorrow for an inspection? Came the next day and set it up. I can use my Roomba.
So you can go, yes, you have notoriously been like, oh, I can't do it. I don't have Wi-Fi at my house. I can't do it.
If we have a Zoom meeting, I have to come to Sarah's house to join my Zoom meeting when everyone's like, we'll do it on Zoom so no one has to traveling.
So is that part of living in a rural community, being without internet, and lo and behold,
and it's not just because I was cheap saying I'm not going to pay for internet. Like, I had no provider options.
And now
I've got this Jupiter 3. The Jupiter 3. They said it's...
Who do we think? Elon? Like,
no, it's not Elon. It's not that good. I mean, like, I have internet, but I still was watching Instagram Reels, and they're buffering a bit.
Right.
But nothing like how they would on my cell service.
So you can actually, you've been downloading Netflix shows, you've been downloading books outside of the home, and now you can have access.
A running list of, like, when I'm at work, I need to download these things, I need to look this up, I need to respond to these emails. Mm-hmm. Now, I just wake up and go to my office and respond to the emails.
I'm so happy for you.
And for us. You haven't noticed, but I've been able to send you pictures.
Yeah, but in my head, like, I feel like I'm receiving them late. Like, you'll text me, and then I'll get this huge text about something. I'm like, what is she talking about? And then, like, 6 hours later, a picture will come through.
Not in the last week.
Maybe not in the last week.
That's how it usually goes. And then I have to, like, go stand outside, so it'll send the photo. Now, I'm just sending pictures left and right.
So it was, boom, instantaneous.
The next day. Or 2 days later, the man reeked of marijuana. He came, like, sweating through his clothes. Didn't announce himself. A really super duper sketch vehicle. And I was like, I'm April. Do you want to come in? It was the day I was going to the doctor. I canceled my doctor appointment because he was so late.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll come on in. And then he did some things, and now I have the internet.
Boom. Boom.
So first things first, I'm on the grid.
First things first, you're on the grid. Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to change a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your life has been...
I can get smart plugs again. Just wait till it's Christmas. Turn on the tree. You don't realize the luxuries you live.
I don't. I kind of thought this was just like basic stuff. That you lived out in the boonies, so you would never get it, so.
No, I haven't. And now I'm going to be like the hot commodity because my sister lives up the hill and they don't have it. So they're going to be coming all the way down the hill.
Which also makes your place unsuitable for a podcast. Which.
Yeah.
So it changed nothing
Yeah,
in
it
regards
changed
to that.
nothing to that, but to us, it did. To me, it really did. Second thing second, there are crickets in my house, and I got rid of them for a day or two, and now there's another one in my bedroom.
One?
Yeah, I know where he is. I thought I had the chemical to spray, and I went, it wasn't where I thought it was. So there were 24 hours, and I was waiting for Amazon Prime delivery, which I did.
What do you mean
re-cancel.
Amazon
I re-canceled
Prime delivery? What do you mean Amazon Prime delivery? What?
I got it just for one more month,
Okay.
and then I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah, this crazy girl cancels her Amazon Prime, which, why would you ever do that?
It's a budgeting tactic.
Okay.
Things shouldn't be that readily available.
I have agreed with you. We've discussed this many times, but yeah, it should be.
Well, they shipped it. It came the next day, but in the meantime, for those 24 hours, I played bird calls, and it scared the crickets out. I'm certain of this. Spooky season is upon us. The crickets were coming out. They were afraid of these predatory birds I was playing, and they started crawling down from the ceiling, and then I would kill them on the ground.
And it worked.
Yep. So I do have bird calls going currently at my house to get that last guy down.
Playing? On what?
My sound machine.
Okay. Well, I was like, you're on your phone because your phone's clearly.
I mean, I have
Here.
the internet. I could put it on YouTube on the TV. Have
That's
you
true.
ever seen my TV turned on?
Never. Except when you sent that picture of you guys watching Free Willy last week.
Which was a DVD.
Okay. I didn't know we still had DVD players around.
I just had given up on internet and I ordered all these DVDs. I was at the thrifty store. I got some good ones. And then
I was like, who buys these now? Every time I go to a garage sale, they have all these DVDs, and I'm like, who? Why? Now I understand. It's because of people like you.
Yeah. Then you don't have to buffer. What good garage sale did you go to?
Actually, yeah, this is a story. So I saw the advertisement on the Facebook. Obviously, that's where you're going to find the things on Facebook.
Right.
You have to follow these groups, garage sales in whatever area
Was it
you
in
live.
a group you found it?
I think that they post it on a specific group, and it's, XYZ sales in this area.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to this. They have pictures. They say they've got, stuff outside, inside, whatever. I pull up to this place, and it's a house in a neighborhood. There is all this shit in the front yard. Literally shit. Like wrenches and hammers and like
on tables.
There's on tables, it's on the ground. It's just junk. And then these like couple old people sitting in their lawn chairs. And then there's a guy like backed up with a huge trailer. He's trying to load an old lawnmower onto it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm just kind of, walking through, and I'm like, none of this stuff is for me. I mean, it's our old tools and things that look like they should be scrapped or just junk that's been sitting in someone's garage.
Are you up to date on your tetanus shot?
I am.
Okay.
I have to be because of work.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, because of the things that I touched there that I should not have touched was incredible. So I did find something for my husband. It was an old gas mask, like an old army gas mask.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like in like a just like a trinket, like things to collect. So no problem. Then they're like, oh, there's stuff inside the house. Feel free to go inside of the house. And I was like, oh, okay, thinking like it's kind of like maybe an estate sale type thing.
Maybe there's someone. Yeah.
It's a bit organized. And I go in this place, immediately walk through the front door, and there's this lady, like the house is fully set up that they're living in it. She's sitting on the couch, smoking a cigarette, watching some show, and there's just like crap littered everywhere. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought, they said I could come inside. Is there an area that I should be looking? She's like, oh, whatever you see. Like
the couch you're sitting on?
Yeah, like the TV you're watching? What are
oh,
you?
let me see that remote.
Yeah,
Actually,
what kind of cup are you drinking from? Like, whatever. She's like, the only place you can't go is upstairs to the right is my bedroom. Just don't go in there. I'm like, okay. And this
so is
house
she not moving?
She did not look like she was going anywhere. Okay, and mind you, she looked to be under the influence of some sort of an upper.
Oh,
Yes, just
okay. Would
maybe
give me
crystal
an example of an upper? Is
Meth-
meth an upper?
Yeah, meth is an upper.
Oh,
Mostly, people are. She was like wired,
Okay.
whatever,
Okay.
whatever. So
amphetamines uppers.
she's on crystal meth, in my opinion. And I'm walking around the house, and there's nothing. There's a cute like dog I was petting, and
Well, did you ask?
I did. And she said no,
Oh.
she's not up for grabs. And I say, oh, okay.
Oh.
But in the house, I found and I found an ashtray that I wanted.
Sarah, did it have ashes in it?
There were no ashes in it, but I did buy it.
Just shake it off.
Yeah, like, I went to
Do you
the
have a
sink.
towel I could
I went to the sink and did some dishes, and I said, okay, I think I'll take these. So I go outside and I present the items to the lady, and she's like, oh, there's no prices on this. And I'm like, I know you said we could grab whatever. So
partially used roll of toilet paper.
like,
Sarah's looking through their cleaning products, like expired
like under the sink,
1995.
Like, what's going on? You never know.
Can't find this stuff every day.
You can't. So I left with it. I spent $15 at the garage sale.
Estate sale.
At the estate sale.
And it was some sort of estate.
It was in a state.
I want to look up the house, like see if we can find it. Do you think it's going to be coming up for sale? You should write down that address and see if you can find it on
I
Zillow.
do believe, because the people that I do believe were like selling the stuff were elderly.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure where the crackhead inside really came from.
I think sometimes they just find their way onto a couch and remain there.
Sure. Or
In
maybe
my
it's some
experience,
family, a niece of someone, or they're just being charitable. But she didn't look like she was going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that was the last garage sale.
Was it advertised as garage sale or estate sale? Because in my mind, there's a difference.
I don't think it was listed as an estate sale. Because I think those are a bit more organized.
Yeah, and estate implies like the state will be moving on.
Sure. And
right?
This was definitely not. Well, yeah, I would think.
To us, colloquially, it does imply that.
Yeah.
I think it does to people.
So anyways.
We'll have to fact check that.
That was the last one. But I keep tabs on that. On that group daily to look for the next one. Which there is another big one coming up. So.
Okay, which I might stop by tomorrow.
And that is like a local farmer. Decently big name.
Yeah.
Nice house. But we're not looking
But I'll be curious, like, I don't want a house. I don't want furniture.
No.
And I'm trying to think of that farmer is tomorrow. Like, I can't imagine she has
we're looking for grandma's things, though. I want her grandma's things.
Yeah, I don't want her things. I want her grandma's things.
And I also have a first things first.
Listening.
Hear ye, hear ye. First things first. Do you have any idea what a disposable camera costs? If you were to go...
Where do you buy it?
Walgreens.
They still carry?
They
like
do.
It comes in a cardboard box.
Sure, yes. I walk in and I said, the gentleman says, oh, how may I help you? I said, oh, I'm just looking for a disposable camera. Like, where are they? He's like, I don't think we have those. And I'm thinking, what? Like,
why would you think they do have that?
Because they've developed pictures there. They always have, the pharmacy has.
Honestly, I feel like they restructured that whole front area and took out a big... Wait, at Walgreens you went?
I went to Walgreens. I'm on like a CVS strike.
Okay. Right.
well, that's a whole other subject, but that is because I have a friend that's a pharmacist. And I guess CVS just, I don't know if they weren't treating their pharmacist very well or what was going on there. He eventually went on to start his own private pharmacy, which is booming, and it is wonderful and lovely. And
like
that's
very good care.
Amazing care. And the people there are amazing. So anyways, ever since...
They'll make you feel famous in a
Right.
small town because
Sure.
you walk in and are known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they know your name right when you walk in. And they're like, oh, we'll get your whatever it is ready, or how can I help you? Or looking for something. Readily available to help you. Whereas I feel like in a CVS and a Walgreens, I feel like those pharmacists are like in a cage.
True.
So they
in
can't
bad
come out of the
hours.
cage. Right. And then if I have a question like, oh, you know, like I need this certain maybe type of an ointment, or you know,
because you love to talk to a person.
Oh,
about
I do. Or like, oh, what kind of like medical supplies do you have if this is going on? Or what's the best medication here for a cough? I really like, I'm interested in that. So anyways, they're in a cage and I don't like that. And for whatever reason, when he left CVS, I said, well, I'm leaving CVS as well.
Yeah.
To Walgreens I go.
Yeah.
And to Walgreens I went for the disposable camera.
Good.
Man had no idea where they were. Luckily, I just found it hanging on the wall, and that'll set you back $28.99.
For the camera?
Just for a disposable camera, which I believe takes 29 pictures, maybe.
$30?
Yeah. It's like $1 a photo.
Huh.
I just thought it'd be cheaper.
And that includes the film development?
No. Film development, yeah.
Okay, second thing
second is I go about my business, which we'll discuss in a minute, but I go about my business. When I return to the pharmacy to drop off the camera to get developed, the same guy was working, and he, you know, asked how many copies of each photo. I said, oh, just one copy.
Just get the doubles.
Right, we're not doing that. It's like, okay, when you come back, it's going to be about $16. I said, okay, you know, whatever. And then I say, you know, when will it be ready? 2 weeks.
That feels right to me. Like they don't have a dark room there.
I don't know.
That's real film. They have to like.
I guess you're right.
Put it in the water.
You're right. It's just
solution.
It's crazy to me now that we have these cell phones. We can print stuff off like that. So we've progressed in a way of accessibility, but also there is something nostalgic about using a Polaroid.
So for 28 photos.
Yeah.
You paid $50?
Yeah. And I'm not even sure if they're going to turn out. Truly.
But do you think the price has gone up because they're not as used? There's no way our parents spent that
They
much.
wouldn't. No, because we were buying Polaroid cameras.
There's no way I spent that. I wouldn't have had $30 to buy a digital camera. And like, I just saw a funny meme. Do you remember like when we were kids, like we would get together with friends to take pictures, and then it was showing all these pictures. Did you ever do that with your friends?
I don't recall.
I do know with the disposable camera. I should see if we can find these photos. My junior high friend and I, you actually probably are part of this story unbeknownst. You would have been in high school, I was in junior high, because we have a 5-year age gap. At the same time as you were in cheer, my sister tried out cheerleading.
Angela.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did a cheer camp.
Yeah.
Angela was like, well, Mom, you should let April go because we need girls to go. And she's like, okay, fine. Which is also wild because I feel like my mom wouldn't have been on board. And we learned a dance that was not a dance, a cheer that like did this and a jump. 5, 6, 7. We learned it. My friend came over. I taught it to her. And we took disposable camera pictures of each stage.
Oh my goodness.
I want to find those.
I want you to find them and put them like in order.
Just to imagine the people developing that. We're like,
they're like, what are they?
So what are the people going to say when they develop your camera?
Nothing, because it's, well, actually maybe a couple things, because they're all pictures of gravestones.
What?
Yeah. So do you know the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard?
Okay. No, in my mind, a graveyard is more spooky and a cemetery is more business.
More formal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the difference is, there is a difference.
Okay.
That a cemetery is just a plot for the dead buried. A graveyard is attached typically to a church. So you'll see these old churches.
Oh.
You'll see a cemetery. That is actually a graveyard.
Like the classic, like down the hill.
Sure. Anything you could like imagine from even a big film or just driving through our county is there's some old churches and then there's graveyards attached to it. Now we also have cemeteries which are not attached to anything. They're just random plots of land.
And why? Do you feel also that the graveyards attached to a church seem a little spookier? Or is that just...
I think just the term graveyard feels spooky. And to me, yeah, like it could be spooky especially if the church is not in use anymore. Like that I think kind of adds to it. Like, okay, the old church off of 700 West or whatever county road, abandoned. And at least in our county, all the buildings are pretty well preserved, even if they're not inhabited or in use.
Right.
Especially churches.
Do we have in our county any graveyards?
Yeah.
With a church?
Yeah. There is one. I'll have to figure out what the exact address is or where it's at, but it is, I believe you go south through Virgie and you continue going south. It's like 700 West all the way down. There is like a church on a hill.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah.
And it's just like probably between 3 and 200 north.
Yeah.
I just drove and I pulled off at 200.
And you would be amazed how many cemeteries and a couple graveyards that are actually within our county. There is a lot.
Yeah. I drive by at least one, depending which road. Like, there are two, literally 1 mile apart. They seem like the same east-west.
Sure. And it's like, why do people choose some graveyards or cemeteries over the other? So very interesting.
Okay, yeah. That is I'm intrigued there.
Okay. So I love this stuff. But I wanted to discuss and talk to the viewers about, it could be considered a local legend, but a local sort of famous graveyard.
Okay.
Just outside of our county.
Okay.
So I take my disposable camera and I go out to the cemetery, which it is a true cemetery. It's not attached to a church. And I got some pretty good pictures, which hopefully we'll be able to share if they turned out.
1 to 2 business weeks.
1 to 2 business weeks, maybe 3, if everything goes okay. But I wanted to talk to you and ask you if you'd ever heard of or been to Gypsy's Graveyard.
No.
Have you ever heard people tell stories of Gypsy's Graveyard?
So I've heard tell of it, but I've never been like into the spooky. And then you were talking about it, and we did deliberately withheld myself.
Yeah.
So at one point I really did want to ask about it. You were talking about it with someone and I removed myself from the conversation.
So that I could discuss it?
Because it's kind of fun. I don't know any of the lore around the Gypsy Graveyard. I just could tell you the general area.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's perfect, because I'm going to tell you about it.
That's what I want.
Okay. So this is actually where I'm going to shine, because I love hearing the ghost stories, the hauntings, the tales, the folklore.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Evermore.
So this, evermore. And this, I decided to do a little bit of digging on what's called the Gypsy's Graveyard, which is actually, funny enough, a cemetery. It's not a graveyard, as we discussed.
Okay.
I'm just going to read some excerpts from an article published in 2001, which obviously is a long time ago. But the local Times, did a bit on this.
Okay.
So just a little background information. The cemetery is technically called Southeast Grove Cemetery because it's along South Grove Road in unincorporated Hebron, Lowell,
Okay.
just for context. So
Okay,
it's just outside of our county. So the article begins, the town folks walked away from the abandoned gypsy campsite, their pants damp and stained with the color of blood. They hadn't welcomed the gypsies with open arms, and the gypsies, even in the 1820s, had powers beyond the comprehension of ordinary men. The gypsies were told to leave what would later become Crown Point because townspeople had heard tales of pagan rituals and disappearing livestock. When an influenza epidemic hit the gypsy campsite southeast of town, the townspeople refused to help or provide medicine to the gypsies, many of whom died and were buried in earthen mounds near the campsite. Because of that, the townspeople and their descendants would forever pay a price for their inhospitable attitude. The gypsies had cursed the city, and their dead haunted what would later become Southeast Grove Cemetery.
So it started by exiles.
It's basically started by exile, and now this land is haunted by the gypsies because of how the people treated them there.
Okay.
So they did, beyond, start to call South Grove Cemetery the Gypsies Graveyard.
You went there to take pictures?
And I did go there to take pictures, which is funny enough because I've been there many times in high school, a lot of times after, during college, come home on weekends if the girls wanted to do something spooky.
Oh, yeah.
Gypsy was
that's
like,
where we can go.
this
like,
was,
load up in the car.
Yeah. Like, let's go do something. Let's get scared.
Okay.
Let's
and would
get
you
scared.
do things there? Or you just drive and observe?
Truly, you just drive to this cemetery. It's very hidden. And there's a small area on the side of the road that you can park. You could maybe fit 2 cars in it, maybe. But it is like fenced in by like chain link fence.
Okay. Okay.
Slightly dilapidated, but not terrible. But there would be, every time we went, we were scared. And it's not that we were even doing anything. It was just physically, as soon as you step up the steps into the cemetery, it was just
eerie.
Very eerie. Like the hair on the back of your neck would just...
You were overcome.
You were overcome. Overpowered. And overcame. Do you feel overcome?
No, but also I have so many follow-up questions. You go in the dark of night.
Yeah. So probably, 11 p.m. to like 1 a.m. I would say we weren't really out later than that.
Did you feel the blood on your legs as described?
My pants were not damp and stained with the color of blood.
Okay.
From what I've read and what I've heard is that happens if you go outside of the chain link fence on the very back end of the property at the cemetery. You cross over it. But I had also heard someone tell me that there's people buried outside of the cemetery. That's not all enclosed in this chain links.
Well, that would make sense that there'd be unmarked graves.
Yeah, and that they're like further down because it's kind of a deep property.
What's surrounding it?
Woods.
Oh.
So I do remember.
I do like that.
Yeah, and the biggest deal was being able to make it from the entrance all the way to the back. Like if you could walk all the way back there, like that was a big deal because you typically get scared like 15 feet in. It was just like,
get all the way back on your solitary?
Ooh, I think I had. But I was just, we were so freaked out. Like it was just bizarre. Well, there's also some information about especially one individual that's buried there. He was 16 years old. He was in a car accident. His father buried him there. So he was buried there in, I think it was 1997. September of 1997. So I think he was one of the last people actually buried in the cemetery.
This is spooky.
I feel chilled all of a sudden just talking about it.
Close the AC vent.
I'm suddenly scared to talking about it already.
And there's a possession among us.
Yeah, I'm surprised the lights are even working right now. Well, because again, people would report even things after going to the cemetery that strange things would start to happen to them afterward. So like music would start randomly playing on like a car that wasn't even on after you'd been parked there. Things that are bizarre.
Okay, and tell me about the kid who... I'm skeptical of that.
The individual that passed away was a Joseph Brenneman. He was 16 years old and had passed away in a car accident, and he was buried in the Gypsy's Graveyard. So his father obviously would help maintain the gravestone and the cemetery because it is very old. But he said there would be times where groups would come in, like different occult groups, or
Sarah with her friends,
or me with my friends, or other people. But there's some people with some pretty bad intentions. So like there has been documented allegedly that people would hold like seances back there and do like...
You don't want that by your kid.
No, definitely not. And like statues that he would put up, he had a statue of Jesus. There was also a statue of an angel with wings, and they would move the statues around, or he was basically in fear that his son's grave would be desecrated.
Were the riffraff moving them, or were the gypsies?
Well, I believe that it truly is like a cult group people going in and doing things that are super weird, like true devil worshipping type things.
Well, and once it gets a reputation, then it draws that demographic.
Absolutely. So then people really want to go there. But there also are ghost hunters that vouch and go to the cemetery and say things about orbs, or like what their meters and readings are saying, and just how powerful the place becomes at night.
I just know all of that is real, but it's so foreign to me.
Maybe because you've never experienced it.
I know, but I don't want to either. Like, the answer seems to avoid. Like most things in my life, I don't want to.
Yeah, and I can't exactly tell you why like it draws me in so much, because I've been there so many times, but every time I go, it's such a unique and different experience. At night, at least, it's very creepy. And I don't know if it's just because of the darkness, but I do think there is something to be said about the lore there.
Was this with the digital camera your first time in the daylight?
I had been there in the daylight another time before and took pictures on my cell phone.
Oh.
And everything was fine. But this is now on the disposable camera.
Right, with the real film.
Well, and you're looking through this like tiny little thing. Like, I don't know if it's focused.
I am excited to see those.
Yeah, so once the pictures are developed, I can't wait to show you. But just this place in specific, if we're talking about spooky and interesting things that are in the area, this is definitely one worth visiting. And if you are brave enough to go at night, may the Lord be with you.
Maybe it would be fun. Or try another something in the area.
Well, there is some hard evidence here as well that this Mr. Brenneman that passed away, his father, would do things at night to try to scare people off, like scare people away from going there. Like, had some sort of a washing machine drum or something, and he would make noise in the wood and like make weird noises. Or
okay, so this is a spooky season question. Would you rather like haunted house scary spooky in your face, or like spirits spooky?
Well, I think about that place in what was it called? It was in like Dyer or something, and it's off of one of the interstates.
Is it associated with a corn maze?
No, someone will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay,
it's like a big haunted house
of our vast following.
Yes,
so
many people would know. But I think actually they would. Like, we would go there. I think I kind of like the spiritual spookiness of things, like, but I feel like it's harder for me to shake that off when I get home or to a safe place. I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Whereas like going to a haunted house and like people are in your
jumping
face,
out with that washing board drum.
I don't think I like that.
Different, same, different. When I lived in another small town in Canada for a while, very, very interesting. A history professor did around Halloween time a walking tour through the cemetery, and she'd studied different people who were buried in that cemetery because it's not associated with the church, and then would tell us their stories. Like there were bootleggers, and then there was like a whole section, because it's also a very old cemetery, a section of unmarked graves that was like young children or babies. And so that like the whole edge of the hill was just not really sure what's over there. So it was in the dark with a lantern spook. That is my vibe. Like, give me a little history, some factual things, make a joke, tell me about how like this guy, his wife was buried next to him, and his mistress on the other side, one of the bootleggers. Like, fun.
Well, I think
fun
that
things.
isn't that the thing about cemeteries in general, though, is like you want to hear the story. Like,
Yes.
how did this person, died so young, if they like mark the graves, which a lot of the graves in Gypsy Graveyard will say how old they were when they died. But so many of the people that are in the cemetery like are born in the mid 1800s. So like they're old, like just passing away in like the early 1900s. And then wildly, you've got some others that are more recent, like buried up till 1997 or 1998. I'm not sure if there's anyone buried there within the 2000s. I think Joseph Brenneman may have been one of the last. But oddly enough, I ran into a lady. She was the server when I was getting dinner the other night, and I was working on this. She said, "Oh, like, are you from Lowell?" And I was like, "No, I'm doing some research on the Gypsies Graveyard." And she's like, "Oh, no kidding, my friend is buried there." And I said, "Oh, really?" And she said, "Yeah, he was 16." And I said, "Yes, okay, Joseph Brenneman." And she goes, "Yeah." She's like, "You want to know something crazy?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And she said, 2 weeks before he died, he had told everyone that if he ever died, he wanted to be buried in the Gypsies Graveyard. And I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah, it was a long time ago. I could tell you a lot more stories."
Oh, can we bring her on the podcast?
Well, I can certainly talk to her again, but so many people that I run into and that I know have stories about Gypsy's Graveyard, Gypsy Cemetery, Southeast Grove Cemetery. Like your paranormal experience. And if there are any viewers that have their experiences here and would like to share, like, please.
Okay, that's enough spooky.
Okay.
Moving forward.
Okay.
I want to know what our algorithms look like, because sometimes my sister and I will be sending things to each other, and I'm like, I already saw it, like instantly. I know I've seen it. Never does that happen with you.
No.
Anytime you send me something, it has not come across my feed. So I was like, okay, let me give Sarah some options. Would you like to hear of my algorithms? These are the couple things in my social media I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do 3 options. Just 3. Americans leaving the USA to raise their children is 1.
Okay.
2, posting this now so my child cannot say they had it rough. None of this. 3, life of a showgirl. Which one do you want? Choose your door. Orange, if you will.
We'll go ahead and go with the life of a showgirl.
You don't have to.
Tell me about it.
Okay, well, this was big in the world. I'll say I do love Taylor Swift. I love poetry. I love artistry. And I love like a powerful business model, strong female. And she's all of those things. But then I hear people, and I get it, who just don't like her. They're like, we don't get it. She's so mediocre. My thought is you don't have to be a Swiftie, but you have to respect her, everything that she is, the Taylor Nation.
I do respect that.
She posted this video. Today is Wednesday evening. Tuesday evening, and just posted on her website or her story. I don't know. I missed the original. A countdown. That's it. Just literally orange sparkly screen with a 2-hour countdown. And people were like canceling plans. I have to be here to watch this countdown. at the countdown at 12:12 on August 12th, it was just showed a little clip of her going on the podcast with New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason Kelsey. And it shows her like bringing out a briefcase, opening it up, showing the album. You saw that.
I have seen
and
a couple
Jason
things.
is just like so hyped, and Travis is just looking at her in love. And from there, this whole nation of followers, speaking of cult-like following, have like dialed into the last 3 years of Taylor Swift's outfits and movements and everything. They know things that I don't even know if she knows herself.
So this
You have
is
nothing to say.
I don't necessarily in regards to Taylor Swift, but it does remind me of a band that I follow called Sleep Token, and there's a lot of, I wouldn't say similarities, but the following that they've gained and like the power and who the band has like actually become is quite wild, and there's a lot of lore with that as well. So with that being said, it makes me understand what's going on with the Taylor Swift nation.
You'd be a fool to say this is stupid. You'd be a fool. That's all
I don't think it's stupid. I really don't. She's obviously doing really well for herself, and her fans are happy.
Yeah. And so now that's all. I'm going to have to check the algorithms when we conclude here. See, I'm curious, like, when is she going to release? I did look to order pre-release.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I set up that record player?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be good to have the vinyl?
It would.
Yeah.
It would.
It would. Oh, along with, like my childhood Christian songs.
Yeah.
Simon
You've got the room for it. Yeah.
And then, like, just the 3 classics.
The Super Bowl
Today
shuffle
is a very good day. Straight into whatever Life of the Showgirl will bring us.
Well, I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited for all the Swifties.
You have
Congratulations.
To say that. It is just like my whole entire algorithm, which the algorithms know I'm interested in it, has taken over. My friend told me the Empire State Building was lit up orange because her colors. She broke the record for most viewed video in one day with that like little podcast clip
from last night.
Yeah,
from yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you'll have a lot more to talk about on the next episode.
Yeah. We don't even need to delve into it because the people should.
And they'll already know.
They should be consuming this.
They'll already know. And you will acknowledge.
So that was for today's episode of My World that you're woefully unaware of.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
No,
I'm kind of interested. So it's so much it's interesting to learn things that other people love so much, that I know so much about you and love you so much, but there's still so many things that we are so different in.
I can't get past the excitement. I love a thrill, and there's so much like exciting energy around this. You can't
deny it.
Can't deny it. Wish I had a good Taylor Swift lyric that could quick pull out.
All right. Well, I don't know anything about the life of a showgirl, but what I do know is about a Labubu. Have you heard of a Labubu? No. Okay. Well, my algorithm has led me to this item called a Labubu, and it is. Have you never heard of it?
No.
Okay. So it is quite interesting here. It's all the rage. It is a plush monster toy that come in unmarked boxes, and apparently they're very popular with the youth, children, and even some adults.
Like young children or youths?
I would say maybe like the age of 6 up.
Okay.
I don't feel like it's
6-year-olds get unmarked boxes.
Their parents, like,
okay, proceed.
Other kids have them. I don't know how or why it became so popular. I do know that it kind of got popular with this K-pop band, like a Korean pop band.
I know about K-pop.
Yeah, there's some K-pop.
Yeah.
And the band, I don't even know what they're called. Blackpink, excuse me, Blackpink. She had on her a Labubu keychain. I don't
Let
know
me
if it was
see
like
those.
hanging from her belt or what, but they're these tiny plush little monster toy things.
They look K-pop to me. Yeah, they are creepy. Oh. Well, can I just say, thank you for printing this off in color.
Yeah, absolutely. I used my work printer. So people, even like adults, are like buying these and attaching them to their Birkin bags, and they're very popular. They really took off, and it kind of reminds me of, it's giving Furby vibes.
Yes.
How everyone
Yeah.
kind of had a Furby. We never
Do the
had one.
Labubus have to be fed?
I don't think so.
Labubu.
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 No.
It almost sounds français.
Labubu.
Oui.
Oui, Labubu.
Oui, à la boubou. À la boubou, parlez-vous français? À la boubou?
Oh, je n'en sais pas.
Oui?
Oui. So the Labubu, yeah, they're just like these tiny little deals. They're manufactured in China, obviously. And yeah, they're cost anywhere between $25 and $800.
Where do you... Pardon me?
Yeah.
What?
There's
Where do
like
you buy
special
them?
ones. There's a...
Sorry, when you said unmarked box, I thought they were like a surprise shipment in your Temu order.
No, you
Someone
order them,
is
but I don't
seeking
think
out an
you...
unmarked, so you don't know you get purple or pink or...
Right, I don't think you know what
Did you
one you're
get
getting. I may have that wrong.
Did you order one, Sarah?
Absolutely not. But you can purchase them at a global distribution center called Pop Mart. So we're just going to throw this out there, though in a million years I can't see you ever wanting a designer handbag. Should you be gifted one, and I'm talking like high end here, I'm not talking like Coach or like Michael Kors, I'm talking like $5,000 handbags.
Oh.
Are you going to put a Labubu on there? Are you going to display a Labubu?
That's a tricky question for me because if I were gifted a $5,000 handbag, I would sell it. So, long story very long, no, I wouldn't put a $700 stuffy
Would you
on
put
a
an
handbag
$800
worth more than my car.
right, or put an $800 Labubu on your $40 bag?
Even if someone gave me that critter, I don't see a place for it in my life. So I guess I get you. You don't understand Taylor Swift, and I don't understand Labubu.
I'm not telling you here that I'm a Labubu gal.
But do you get it?
I do, because I think of like Hello Kitty and how people just go,
Hello Kitty.
and I'll never understand it. And I don't want to understand
or
it.
like maybe bring it a little closer to home, like trying to think like anything with that. We just saw it at the fair and someone was kind of knocking off the Carhartt brand,
Yeah.
like with a screen print sweatshirt.
Well,
and it's like people just buy that if it says that.
And you can buy a Lafufu, as we would say, like a dupe. You can buy these at the gas station. Like you can. Yeah. We could get you one.
It's fine.
Anyways, that is something of interest I thought I should bring up to you, because
and it's currently happening.
Yeah, and I just, in my head, I'm feeling like, wow, this is like, that's how Furby was to me, or like the Beanie Babies, how wild that was.
My friend's mom, when Beanie Babies were in McDonald's Happy Meals, she would go and buy so many Happy Meals, put them in the freezer, because she's not going to waste them. She just wanted the Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
And then they tell horror stories of like Happy Meal casserole.
I remember those days, though. People would go crazy, and apparently that's what's happening now. So that is the Labubu.
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 And I think we can market it as a Francais thing. Like,
even though it's very, very, very
Yeah, I don't...
Chinese. It is.
Well, the French are a diverse people.
Yeah, they gave us the Statue of Liberty. They're
Yeah, and did you know what color the Statue of Liberty was when it was first sent over?
no.
This also came up in my algorithm. It came over as like a coppery, orangey color.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and then it's like deteriorated because of the way that metal oxidizes, has turned to like this mint green.
I like her color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what else?
What else?
Taylor Swift's album colors are a coppery orange to mint green. Did she oxidize the Statue of Liberty? And on that note, but we wouldn't have known that about the Statue of Liberty if it weren't for Taylor Swift. Neither one of us would have.
Well,
and we also wouldn't have known about Blackpink if it wasn't for Labubus. Labubus.
Well, all this being said, we are not famous in a small town. Okay? I'm Sarah.
I'm April.
We're not famous in a small town. And it's funny because growing up, I would always think about these people, and we had so many friends that would hang out in town. They would drive their cars up to the Dairy Queen or the Shopco or the hill.
Like park up the hill.
A vacant lot next to a McDonald's, and people would park and they would just hang out. And I always thought it was so peculiar and funny when I was younger. Like, oh, these freaking townies, all they do is
like
just hang out.
Sit and watch things and get the scoop.
Truly, that was it. It's just friends meeting up, parking uptown, and we would just laugh about these townies.
Although
now I feel like
they were onto something.
They totally were.
Because we do go just park and watch the town and get the scoop.
So we've quickly realized that we are actually the townies.
Say what you will, leave, goodbye and good riddance, but you'll be back.
You will be back.